On the scene with more on this crime, Suzanne.
Well, Todd and Brenda, it certainly does seem like an unusual business to actually rob because you've got a bank just a few feet away. The bank, though, has surveillance cameras and Rentmaster does not. So the suspect thought this might be a better place. Now, for this damage, the family has already made up their mind. They do have homeowners insurance, fortunately, and they plan to rebuild right here. Back to you. Brenda and Todd, Kimball Mason did admit guilt to 6 of the 13 pending felony charges. Each of those carries a maximum penalty of 14 years in prison. Now, Kimball Mason's attorney said it was a difficult decision to make, but they would rather take the deal than their chances in front of a jury. Then the divers will go into those locations to search. The grates at the Idaho Falls power plant were checked for Hess's body 3 times today and will be checked at least 2 times tomorrow. Nightside reporter Andrew Del Greco is live near the Idaho Falls power. For more information, contact the Idaho Falls Fish and Game Office, 525-7290. And I don't want to do the worm thing. I'm sorry, I can't.
Talking about that. We'll order the salmon, but
off the menu, I can handle that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we cooled down today. Did you notice that?
Yes, it was better, but you're saying...
This cool down's not going to last too much longer.
Now, another really neat thing here at this exhibit is this man-made iceberg, and it is the same temperature that the iceberg that actually sank the Titanic. And the people here at the museum really want you to come and feel it and touch it. And so that's just another great part of this interactive exhibit.
Suzanne, you say the work's almost done there, so when does it all open?
Well, Todd, it will open at noon on Wednesday for everyone who is anxiously awaiting these gates to be torn down. But the Parks and Recreation Department says they need just a little bit more time to do some finishing touches on it. But after years of planning, it is finally going to be a reality. Fish and Game has now successfully captured these 2 bull moose calves, and they have been tranquilized until they're released into the wild. Their mother, who is right behind this door, will go along with them to the Swan Valley area. As they are released into the wild, Fish and Game hopes they will never return to the city again.
Suzanne.
Hi, Todd and Brenda. That's right. We are here in Yukon, just on the Yellowstone Highway, right near County Line Road between Jefferson County and Bonneville County. Take a look. You can see a little bit of the house. We are about 1,000 feet away from the house because we're being told that that is the safe distance because of what has been found inside this house. It is such a concern. Last Tuesday night at dusk, Tim Henderson walked out of his Teton Valley home to look for his dog, Ladybug. She was barking at something in the woods. Tim has seen many black bears in the hills before, but never a grizzly until that night.
I heard the movement, wasn't surprised necessarily by that, but then I saw the bear was charging at me.
His reaction was to turn and run. After 2 steps in the opposite direction, he was knocked to the ground.
I believe, I'm not positive, that he bit me on the head first and shook me around a little, and then let go and bit me on the back or the butt and shook me around a little bit.
Tim tried to stay calm and keep on the ground and protect himself. After he thought it was safe, he tried to get away, but the bear came back and mauled him again. This is where the grizzly bear attack happened. It's about 50 yards from the Henderson home. Tim says what got him through the attack that he says lasted 5 to 7 minutes were his thoughts about wanting to see his wife and son once again.
More than anything, I was thinking about Jenny and Henry, and that, I really wanted to see them again. I was really scared.
When he felt the bear was finally gone, Tim slowly crawled most of the way home. He was in shock and covered in blood. His dog Ladybug was at his side all the way home. His wife came to the door and called for help. Fish and Game says the grizzly was about 15 years old. His once sharp and strong teeth were worn down, a fortunate advantage for Henderson during the attack.
I guess how they age the animals is the wear and tear on the teeth. That the old guy had some dull teeth, so that in a part probably played to the fact that he couldn't get through my thick head. It's obviously unfortunate to get attacked by a grizzly bear, but of all circumstances, I got pretty lucky.
Tim won't let this run-in stop him from living in an area he loves and plans to raise his family. But he will be more aware of his surroundings. Well, Todd, it was a very simple mistake that happened on this front page newspaper article of the Post-Register on March 23rd. The article was about a group of people who are wanting to petition the Parole Commission to make sure Kimball Mason, the former Idaho Falls City prosecutor, serves as much time as possible behind bars. But what a difference one little number can make. An effort headed up by Carol Lambert to make sure former Idaho Falls City prosecutor Kimball Mason gets no special treatment behind bars includes a petition to the Parole Commission.
And we feel that Our people that have signed the petition want to see that justice is served properly.
But a little wrench was thrown into the effort when this article in the Post-Register about her efforts printed the wrong phone number.
It appears the phone number was off by 1 digit.
Instead of Lambert's number of 521-0295, the article had printed 521-0292.
The number who it went to just happened to be Mr. Mason's neighbor.
It's an amazing coincidence. The man whose cell phone number was incorrectly put in the article says Kimball Mason was his Sunday school teacher, and when the calls started coming in, he didn't take a lot of them seriously, but said he talked with the callers wanting to sign the Mason petition about forgiveness. But one caller finally got the right number and left this voice message for Carol Lambert about her conversation she did not intend to have with Mason's supporter.
That he's a member of his ward and he feels like he's already been judged and sentenced and we have no right to do that. I mean, he was very nice and polite. That wasn't the issue, but I was quite surprised on his take of how I was not being Christian and judging Kimball Mason.
This is not about Mr. Mason's religious beliefs. This is about how he manipulated the system.
The Post-Register says about the phone number mix-up that it was a mistake and that they regret it and corrected the error in the paper the next day. And the Post-Register also did send flowers to Carol Lambert and to the gentleman who did get those phone calls, and they were just apologizing for that inconvenience. Lambert says she also now has close to 1,000 signatures on her petition. Back to you. This week, for the first time since her accident, she is talking about Kevin Bunnell and her second chance she now has to raise her daughter. As she walks into the Defining Line salon in downtown Idaho Falls, Ashley Kelly is getting back a part of herself she hasn't seen in 2 months. The victim of a near-deadly crash, her head is covered with constant reminders of the accident.
I got a lot of scars on my head because they cut my head and went into my brain, took some of my brain out.
She is now beginning to feel like herself again. Idaho Falls police say Ashley was hit by a drunk driver named Kevin Bunnell. Blood tests show he was nearly 2 times over the legal limit on December 12th when he allegedly hit Ashley as she got out of a friend's truck. The impact threw her 40 feet.
I know that guy was drunk, and I'm very mad about him. Yeah. And I always will be.
She goes to speech therapy once a week and needs 24-hour supervision because her brain injury has affected her equilibrium. She's unable to care for her daughter alone, who was just a few weeks old when the crash happened. She relies on family for support, like Caprice's father, Robert Flores. This accident has changed more than just her life.
I'm really glad I'm alive, and I'm glad I'm home, and everybody's taking care of me. And I know it's hard for them, and he can't really work at all, my boyfriend. He can't work right now because he has to take care of me and the baby, and that's a lot.
This is the house where Ashley Kelly lives. It is also right in front of the accident scene. She says it is a constant reminder of the day she almost died.
I want him to go to prison, and I believe that everybody will be mad at him for a long time, and I know I will. And there's a lot he's done to me.
Not wanting to be consumed with negative thoughts about the accused, this wig is one way Ashley can begin to feel more like she did before the accident, an important step in the healing process. Ashley's rehabilitation will be long and expensive. Her family will have to pay all the medical bills because the driver had no insurance. An account is set up at the Idaho Falls Teachers Credit Union under the name of Lee Kelly. There are also donation cans in cities throughout the area. Now, as for Bunnell, he has pleaded not guilty to the charge, and his trial is set for next month. Back to you.
All right, Suzanne.